don't have to do anything but just facilitate the transaction. Not gonna keep you guys too long. If this video provided you any type of value, please like, share, comment, subscribe if you're new. And until next time, peace, I'm out.
Yeah, that's Neo Cannabis. Shout out to the big homie. He be having great content and information. Kind of like my sponsors. Shouts out to them.
There you got a guest that's going to be talking about some fabulous resources that he's using so that you can help grow your health, business, and your wealth. Today's special guest has a greener thumb than old McDonald himself. The plants that this gentleman grows will make anybody say E-I-E-I-O. Now, when it comes to understanding agriculture, George Washington Carver has reincarnated himself in the form of a man from Missouri. When it comes to growing things, he makes the Jolly Green Giant look like a midget. It's time for today's featured guest, consultant and agriculturalist extraordinaire. This time, for TWP.
Hey, welcome back.
Just saying, close up to the head.
Hey, there you go.
Great introduction. I'm trying to do what I can do. All right.
I know we been did interviews over there. Boy, we out here working in the field. Cause and effect. He throws the ball, hits the net releases the water waters the plants.
Do you ever feel like all of the strains today are sort of just like the same thing? Well, if you do, you're not alone. And there's actually a huge study on a bunch of different strains that shows us why this might seem to be so true now. And just for the YouTube police, this video is for educational purposes only. And we're not promoting the sale or use of anything. We're just looking at the crazy science of some cool plants. So I've been working in the cannabis industry for over 7 years now. In that time, I've seen a ton of different strains, and I still see new strains all the time. Like, there's always new stuff popping up. We're always growing new stuff. All of the breeders always have new drops every year. It just never quits. There's so many strains, but sometimes it feels like there's just not that many really unique strains anymore. And now, as of like a couple of years ago, we actually have some science to really back this up. And this is a huge study that we're about to look at. In this study, they had like 90,000 samples from 6 different states that had some really surprising results. And this is with a really big sample size too. 90,000 different samples of different strains from 6 different states. That's a lot of examples. So here's the article from CU Boulder that breaks down this study, which is actually very, very lengthy, but I'll leave a link in the description to this if you want to check it out. But the researchers' goal for this study was to find out that if labels like indica or sativa, or even like our basic strain names like Blue Dream, if any of these actually have anything to do with the actual chemical makeup of what's really inside the plant. They wanted to find out, are these just names that we use, or does this stuff really make a difference? Is Blue Dream really different than OG Kush? That was sort of the whole point of this study. And after they analyzed all of these samples, like all of these 90,000 samples for cannabinoid and terpene profiles, they found that all of them fit into one of these 3 main categories. And these categories were broken up by different terpene profiles, and each different category all had 2 main terpenes. The first group was strains with caryophyllene and limonene. The second group was strains with myrcene and pinene, and the third group was strains with myrcene and terpinolene. And that was across a ton of different strains, because that was like the whole point of this study, was to test a bunch of different strains. And they also tested a bunch of different, like, you know, indica versus sativa. So this was a wide mix of a lot of stuff. And it was all, you know, just these 3 different terpene profiles. And that's not just like a small trend, that's a pretty significant overlap. You would really expect there to be a really broad diversity of like a ton of different terpene profiles from all these different strains and unique cultivars. I guess those are the same, but like from unique grows and unique states, you know, you would expect there to be a lot of variation.